Hey, good afternoon. My name is Anna Harding. I'm one of the assistant principals at North County High School. I have had the pleasure of serving my first year as an assistant principal in this school. North County is the furthest northern high school in Anne Arundel County. We butt right up against Baltimore City. Our demographics are about 60% white, 30% African American, 10% Hispanic, plus or minus, and about half of our kids receive free and reduced meals. In the beginning of the year, around October, we started to notice that there were two distinct groups of boys that were having conflict on a regular basis. I think in a span of 1 month, we had 28 fights, physical fights that occurred, 28 referrals for physical fights that occurred between these two groups, some of them all in the same day in a string of events. One would happen in one hall, one would happen in another hall, and the second later there'd be another one in a bathroom. And it was all about boys kind of repping and standing up for the other boys in their friend group. And we couldn't really find a root cause. It seemed like it was a lot of he said, she said, that some social media may have been involved, but also possibly generational things. My brother didn't like your brother. But the boys, we really couldn't get to a root cause. And the truth was, we're an administrative staff of 5 assistant principals. 4 of them were female at the time. 1 of them is male, all white. And we were struggling to be able to level with those students in a way that they could hear, even though they knew that we loved them and that we would do anything we could for them to be successful. The truth was, we couldn't connect in a way that was necessary in order to try to solve the problem. So I think it was a night in October where Miss McVeigh and I kind of said, we got to do something. We're not cutting it the way it is. We've given it everything we have, and it's just not enough. And so what do we do? So McVeigh started Googling and came across One More, One Less, and sent an email to Ron. And sure enough, within a short period of time, Ron had written right back and said, we'd love to work with you. Let us know what that looks like. And I was picking my daughter up from school and ran into another gentleman. And I said, listen, we need you. Our boys need you. And he was willing. So we set up a meeting and we kind of shared with the gentlemen that were willing to come to us on a regular basis, share with them the problems that we were having and kind of what we thought were the issues. That was a lot of neighborhood stuff, this group against this group against this group. And the truth was, we weren't exactly sure because it was all kind of just coming to our attention. Now that we're in June of this year, I can pretty much tell you exactly who's on what side and why and whose girlfriend does what. But a lot of that is thanks to the guys at One More, One Less. So we met with them in January, and they've been coming every 2 weeks since then. About a group of 20 boys, half and half, essentially from one side or the other. They've done an amazing job just connecting with the boys relationally, bringing in people that have real stories to share with them. And I'm sure he's been amazing in talking about his story. And there's really a level of respect that the boys give him that just doesn't come naturally with any other adult in the building. They also set goals with the boys right in the beginning and even help them redefine their goals as the time went on, because some of the things were like make money or get my mom out of the hood, which I think are realistic, but there's not a lot of tangible things that need to be done between here and them. So the guys at One More, One Less really helped us decide, or help the boys understand what needs to happen in order to make that goal come to fruition. They met with the guys every 2 weeks. We kind of met with them individually at first. One group would meet from 7:30 to 8, and another group would meet from 8 to 8:30. And it was like playing defense between the groups. Like, you guys go out this door and you guys go out this door. And finally one day, Ron and Shorty were like, listen, we're done with this. Let's put them all together. They respect us enough to not do anything in the room. And that was kind of like, oh my gosh, are you sure you want to do this? And it ended up being an amazing first meeting. Everybody sat in a room with our football coach and all the guys from One More, One Less, even some other gentlemen and men in the group that have supported, and just kind of let them have a platform to talk in a real man-to-man way. They sat in a circle and they kind of called each person out up in the center and were like, this is my problem with you, and this is my problem with you, and you did this, and you did this. And really leveled with the guys for the first time. And it was amazing. I remember doing cafeteria for the first time after that event and just feeling like I could breathe for the first time, that there was true mediation, resolution to issues that we had been fighting for months. And I think that happened around February and March. So after several months with these guys, we really saw an impact. The truth is, it's ebbed and flowed since then. There's still more drama that comes out of it here and there. And, some of the boys have decided that, they're too good for this or whatnot. But I really appreciate how One More, One Less has continued to charge on and not give up. And those that consistently show up, they consistently show up for. Ron has been a great advocate for trying to find funds to do programs and trying to connect them to jobs in the area and things like that. And I think it's great. I can tell you, as an assistant principal, they have rocked my world. They have changed how I approach them, and they've helped me realize that, at the end of the day, even if I'm not somebody that they connect with, I'm still somebody that can support them, and that they really have a lot of potential, and I need to keep fighting for them regardless of what's gone on in the past, that they have real goals, and that they really are and can be successful. I want to personally thank One More, One Less, because you made my job easy. You did something that I couldn't have done without you, and I can't thank you enough for that. Thank you for loving our boys and for coming in consistently, and just being who you are. I appreciate you. Thanks, team.